My name is Mrs. Olubamiwo Adeosun. I was appointed the Secretary to the State Government of Oyo State at the end of June 2019, and I was also sworn in a couple of days later. So I've had this role going on 3 years next month. So I think the first thing that when I reflect that I think it's a major accomplishment is, first of all, demystifying the office. So when we got here and when I resumed specifically, there was quite a bit of expectations. I realized that the office of the Secretary to the State Government was a hallowed office. People were just so afraid to come here. And I very quickly let people understand that what we're here to do is to serve people. What we're here to do is to make the government work. What we're here to do is to attend to the needs of our people, both internally and even the external public. And I think once people realized that, the word quickly spread around that if you came to see the Secretary to the State Government, if you were going to get help, not necessarily that you were going to get blocked, but rather we'll try and enable whatever the issues were. So I think that was the first thing that we kind of established and made a ground rule. And I think part of the work I do, a lot of it is to oil the government and make sure that the wheel of governance just moves smoothly. So in almost everything that we do as a government, my office is integral to it and to the success of it. So whether it's the structures, whether it's the policies, whether it's the processes, my office is always integral to making it work. But I think one of my proudest moments here, when I think about it, is we have a day we call GSM Day, and that's GSM 25. And that since this government came on board, May 2019, we have paid salaries and pensions on the 25th of every month or earlier. And when I think about it and I think of the effect it's had on the economy of Oyo State for the past 3 years, I am proud to be part of it. I guess I'm biased because I'm a human resources professional. That's what I do, or that's what I did for many years before I got here. And I know the effect of people just being able to know when the wages will be paid and plan with it. And that has happened to both the pensioners and to the salary, the civil servants. The salaries are paid on the 25th or earlier. It just affects the whole economy of the state. The whole economic system of the state is oiled. And through COVID, when things were really slow as a country, of course, we're also affected. But through COVID, through all the lockdowns, through all the slowdown in economies, we continued paying salary. His heart is for the people. So anything that concerns the welfare of people, he's emotionally tied in and attached to it. So, and it's one thing I admire. I mean, if we're in an event or a ceremony, whether it's the lowest or whether it's the highest person there, Governor Makinde will reach out to them. He makes a connection with them. I really admire that. And we had to work even closer because inside this government is when we had COVID. So that is not something you plan for. It's something the world had never even seen. But we managed to ride through COVID with, I think I dare say, probably in Nigeria, one of the minimum effects, because he took such clear decisions. He was not emotional about his decisions. So even though he's compassionate, he's not emotional. He kept saying the decisions we have to take have to be based on logic, data, and I think it was science. Another thing that excites me as well with this government is the infrastructural development we've made. I said, let's see the level of road infrastructure, new roads constructed, roads repaired. When I saw the data, I was wowed. So people say it's just a road. I've heard all kinds of things, but the effect of having a road that works the effect of having a road that you can plan your journey, you can't even begin to quantify it. So one of the prouder moments, I think, it's when we did the commissioning of the Moniya Seyin road. Because the road was so bad that if a lorry was going on that road, you have to pray that it doesn't topple over, because there was a deep gorge or pothole you had to go into. And if it went over, it means there was traffic, there was a bottleneck until that lorry was pulled out. And now the road is just smooth. I think in 35 or 40, at best 45 minutes, you've done it. So people here now, oh, I'm coming, I'm just going to Iseyin. I'm coming, I'm just going to Iseyin. And once you get to Iseyin, you've gotten to Oyo North. You open up the area. And he didn't stop at that. He said, no, we must bring the food out. We must bring out that what Oyo State has is agriculture. And it's not just about planting and not knowing what to do, or a lot of the produce wasted, but rather we need to be able to make sure that it's agric business, that it works. We bring out the food from the hinterlands into the city. In the area of health, there's so much. I was speaking to the Commissioner of Health one day, and I was talking about the reforms, not just physical, but even the policies. Like I said, we do a lot of the policies, the processes, things that are changing and are just going to have everlasting legacies for the people of Oyo State. They're happening. Even education, it's still work in progress, but at least moving children from the streets into school has been significant. And we've done over 40,000 children since we came on board, moving them from the streets into school. And again, just remember that this is the same administration that came on board, and there was COVID. So it slowed us down a bit, but even with that, there's a lot to be proud about. So when they're done at the end of this administration, Oyo State will be different. We've done lights, we've done bus terminals. Governor Shemin, if he says he will do it, he has one little book, black book he sits about. Once he writes it there, he goes back, reflects on it, and tries to get it done. The one by one, promises made before this administration came on are being fulfilled.